The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Chicago Bears. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from Ford Field. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. These two teams, you may remember, they met up at Soldier Field earlier this season with the Bears winning that one. So if they can win again here in Detroit, they'd pull off the season sweep. From the 30 on second down, Fields. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Romeo Okwara make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at third down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Hunter Nicewander on to punt now on fourth down. A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
You can script and diagram plays all you want, but no one really envisioned something like that happening this early in the game. How about that run to get things started? Didn't he win NFC Player of the Week last week?
Yeah, he was on fire a week ago, and what a start to this one.
Yeah, no sign of him cooling down at all.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Steps away to his left.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's a handoff to Swift. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. On the option, this is Wentz. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go?
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. DeAndre Swift with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Skirts by him at the 35. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Play action. It's Fields. Rolling to his right. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And the Lions are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3 and out, something that lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
Into the red zone, Wentz. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wentz.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off inside the 5. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen, and he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Here's Fields. Buying time to his left. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
To throw is Fields. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Now Wentz. Man open left side is Brown. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
Well, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Wentz. He's going deep for Brown.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Ronnie Harrison.
And the Bears are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Romeo Okwara in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields
sliding out of the pocket. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the 1st. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And, Charles, what a battle this is within the division, because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game, they'll have a big advantage.
Wentz's throw taken in by Hockenson here. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 45 on second down. Wentz, throw left side complete. That's Hall. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's got a first down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
From the gun, here's Swift.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
And the Lions are going to have first and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And this is a guy who last week not only helped his real team, but really helped a lot of fantasy teams. 3 trips to pay dirt. They've got a container.
And watching him play is like going to lunch with you when you order that combo plate, right? In this case, his combo plate is he can go over the top of you and catch it in front, turn it into a big gain, run past you, and then uses his size and his physical abilities to keep you away from the football. Hard to defend this guy.
Reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Wentz is going to keep it.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Carson Wentz with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
On play action, Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Russell Gage in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bears are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return.
Now Wentz on the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. This will be caught by Brown. And some room to maneuver. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. A big play there for Detroit. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
A handoff, Swift running to the left.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
2nd and 7.
Here's Wentz to throw.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort. But instead, he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
Swift.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you want two.
Without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Swift again.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
DeAndre Swift.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now 21-7. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. A give. This is Montgomery. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
3rd and 2, Fields. Flushed out right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Garyon Conley. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And now the ball's out, fumbled near midfield. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles. An offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
He's going to let this one go deep. And Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked off inside the 10.
Well, this offense, yeah, they keep wanting more, but they kind of got to be careful here, CD. I mean, we're still in the 3rd quarter. This game isn't over yet.
I would agree with you there, because while they've had all kinds of success and hit on some deep balls like this, the one thing they can't do is start to get loose with the football. A lot of time left, as you mentioned, and if they keep turning it over, they'll bring them back into the game.
And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Off play action, Fields. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
They'll run on first down. Montgomery. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Well, when you get an elite running back like he is, sometimes you've got to employ the by any means necessary method to get him down.
Yeah, sometimes you're relieved even if a flag comes out. But if you just get the hand up and you get it on the mask, you can kind of get away with that. But as soon as you curl it around a finger or the hand, that's pretty easy for everyone to see, and they'll call that one every time.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
Steps away. And it's out. He put it on the carpet, and the Lions have recovered.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
7 yards, the pickup there.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Wentz going to try and throw on third. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run.
The tackling in this game has not been good so far. We've seen our share of missed tackles. Case in point, that one right there. And that miss led to another big play. I don't know if it's effort, I don't know if it's technique, but they'll have to work on that in practice.
Meanwhile, Wentz's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And in for the Lions, touchdown. DeAndre Swift with his third touchdown of the game, number 15 on the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Charles Harris. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the
there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, and now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Back now at Ford Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now it's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Big Trey Flowers getting in there that time for the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line. First down, Wentz. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Fields. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he's got room. Touchdown, Detroit.
DeAndre Swift.
45 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Lions offense cashes in with 6. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive?
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked up by Garyon Conley. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Got some breathing room. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
DeAndre Swift.
47 yards. And thanks to the interception, the Lions offense cashes in with 6. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
From the gun, here's Fields.
Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Bears. Marquise Goodwin, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Bears get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Santos with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they hope to polish things off, and what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, But they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Working with a 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Swift.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And once again, he's going to be stopped up behind the line. 2nd straight play. Shades of the 85 Bear defense a little bit. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Throwing now is Wentz. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Here's Sam Cook now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. And firing a deep ball for Kmet. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Flush to his right. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And this is scooped up by the Lions.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And they'll indeed take a knee. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win